Hello there, gamer friends. I have a very special video for you today. I was fortunate enough to bring you a sneak peek at the trailer for a brand new action MMORPG, and I was also lucky enough to get an exclusive first interview with the developers. I'm excited to introduce to you the Lost Titans, and joining me here today to discuss this game is Laura, the production associate of ZQ Game. I'm actually aware that the Lost Titans has a very large presence overseas and that they're very well developed. Can you explain about the company a little bit?
Yeah, the company is huge. It has over 1,800 employees, and we have actually 500 servers launched for this game, 150 of which are actually self-launched servers over here.
That is incredible.
So, yeah, and there's a huge fan base. We have appeared in conventions. There are people who cosplay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so we are really glad to come over here to America and bring this very popular action MMORPG to gamers over here.
That is fantastic. Thank you so much. So the Lost Titans, as the game title suggests, it revolves around Greek mythology. Can you tell us a little bit about the storyline of this new MMO?
Yes, ZQ Game was very interested in ancient mythologies, not just Greek mythology, but different mythologies from around the world. And in this game, we actually take these two titans that, if you know the story of the two titans, of actually all the titans, they were locked in a prison. And these are two titans that managed to escape. And they actually created their entire new realm, where they created a new world and people, and they based all the cultures of the new world based on ancient mythologies that were from all around the current world, but now this is displaced in a new universe. Right. So yeah, it's a new creative, fantastical adaptation of old ancient mythologies.
That is excellent. Yes. It sounds like so much fun. You know what? Yes. Let's just get right on it. Make me a character.
All right. So.
How beautiful.
When you first enter, you can customize between male and female, which is pretty standard. There are different classes, if you would like to be a ranger, a mage, or a warrior. And you can choose between the hair color. Why don't we choose a female today? Let's see, let's give you a cute little look here, cute face and red. And what would you like to call it?
Raina then.
All right.
It says Raina. I have saucy curly hair.
And accept.
And it says my face is charming.
I know. So here you are actually in the training center, according to the story, where you are training. You're a protector of light. You're training to be a warrior of light. This is actually at the end of the training, where you find out that there is a crisis that is going on above, and you can see that there are portraits. So the game plays a lot like a first-person player. Like, this is a single console sort of player.
Right, right.
And as you can see, there's all kinds of little effects that are going on. Big, vast, epic environments, and
beautiful.
Let me run you through quickly, because we want to get over to the surface where we find out exactly what is going on. So over here you are learning more about the details of, because this is a newbie starter area.
Right.
So you're learning a little bit how to navigate, and you will be getting your first skill very soon here. So
wow, that is fantastic.
So here you go. You actually can get this particular creature as a mount in the game.
That is wonderful. We'll definitely talk about that a little bit later.
You can see the environments here, the lava. You're going to be seeing, there is over here, I don't know if you can see over there, you're going to be fighting this creature, but yeah. So basically the history sort of behind this game is that there are two titans, as I said before.
Okay.
And what you ultimately end up finding out is that one of the titans, originally they had started out as friends.
Okay.
And as the centuries went by, there had been growing animosity until things escalated to a point where one of the titans actually broke off and formed his own realm. And what you are learning is that this particular titan is behind certain activities that open up portals and open up enemies invading this particular realm that you have to protect. And you learn that your god the Titan. I don't know if you want to know the name, Hyperion.
Okay, Hyperion.
Yes. You have to rescue Hyperion, who has actually been destroyed. But because he's immortal, he actually can't die.
Right.
You want to gather, there's actually pieces that are scattered throughout the entire lands of this world. And you have to gather them almost like a Legend of Zelda style. And you have to restore the light. Ultimately, it drives you through the world, and you get to see all the different mythological approaches in the environments. And yes, and you can, as one of the many players, you restore the light to the world.
That is wonderful. That's why you are a warrior of light.
Yes.
I understand. So I understand that Hyperion has an antagonist in the game, like a major boss maybe type of character?
Yes.
Or, okay, and his name is?
Ophion.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, so he is who you are battling against. Let's see. I remember that you explained earlier that there are 3 great houses in the City of Light where your warrior is from, and I was wondering, like, do these great houses distinguish what class you belong to, or do they maybe have anything to do with your race, or?
These 3 great houses, they do have different philosophical, ideological sort of approaches that you can learn about on our website, and that you can ultimately choose between the houses of which one you want to join. When you do join a faction, it is a permanent, it's almost like a marriage to the faction. I mean, it is your house that you represent. It actually it actually controls who you are friends with, who you can join guilds with, who you battle with. It encourages loyalty to your faction, and this is your family. And it actually drives a great deal of the events, instances, achievements, battlegrounds. Everything is based on this, because this is an action PvP oriented MMORPG that can also you can also navigate this world without being involved in the PvP.
Right.
But there are so many awards and achievements that you can get from that, and that is also based on the factions. So that's the core of it.
That's so interesting. I love it. It's a little bit like Harry Potter, even.
A little bit.
Belonging to a house. I love it so much. I like that, like, the reinforcing the loyalty and the commitment that it brings to your house. I really enjoy that, like, sensation in the game. Let's see, you mentioned a little bit about the PvP. I remember it's a 3-faction PvP system, and I was wondering if you could explain a little bit about that, and, like, the other important instances that have to do with the PvPs in this game.
Yes. There are certain battlegrounds. I'll just describe one of them, actually.
Okay, wonderful.
So you can understand how these factions take place. There is a battleground where all 3 factions start off almost like a circular sort of battleground, and there is a reward in the center that you are battling for. And so, of course, the closer you get toward the center, the more conflict there's going to be, and whatever faction ultimately ends up with the reward, everybody in the entire faction gets rewarded.
I see.
So
wow.
yeah. So, you know, 3 points to Gryffindor, 3 points to Van Dramen, and yeah, it definitely is a factor in that. That's the guild battles, battlegrounds, all kinds of different activities that you can participate in.
That's amazing.
And it also is in the world map, like as you're journeying throughout the world. We recommend that you travel in groups, because in areas that are not green, it's a little bit hard to see. This is a giant safe area here, but you can see in different areas of the map, like you see how this is a safe map.
Yes,
PvP. There are certain regions where you might be vulnerable to some attacks, but it's definitely fun to play, no matter what kind of gameplay you want.
Right, and there are safe areas, so you should be fine.
Yes,
okay.
you should be fine.
Okay, wonderful. Let's see. Let's maybe take a look at the specifics of the game. What is the max level that players can play up to right now?
Currently, the maximum level is level 75.
Okay.
However, with future expansions, we're going to go well into the hundreds, and that will include future environments, like new environments that you can encounter, all based on mythological sort of environments.
Right.
You can also not only level yourself, but you can level a pet system that we can talk about later.
That's excellent. You know what? Let's talk about the pet system. I saw a dragon in the beginning that you mentioned that you can mount. So there are pets and mounts in this game?
There are pets and mounts in this game. Let me show you. Oh, hold on, let me just refresh the page, actually.
Of course.
And I can show you on another character a little sample of it. So
that's excellent. Are there only like a certain type of creatures that can be your companions, or can your pets battle? Do they battle alongside you or independently?
Your pets do battle alongside you. They are fully customizable. They level up. You can choose what kind of skills you want to give your pets and level those skills up. So it's very customizable. There's 15 different pets that you can have in this
15?
game. Yeah,
that's a lot.
Yeah.
15.
So here's one that's current. I'm on a mount right now. That's my scorpion mount, and I have a
so colorful.
All of the pets, by the way, if I zoom in here, they're all created fusions of creatures. Like this, for example, this scorpion has a turtle shell. However, I think for this particular environment, considering that's so lava, I'm going to change my mount to be more appropriate. So let's get on this big dragon here. And I'm going to have, let's see here, I'd like to have, here, like a foxtail. Oh, I'm going to have to get my mount again. When you summon a pet, it dismounts you. Here we go.
That's amazing. How many mounts can you have at the same time? Like, how many are at your disposal that you can summon?
Currently, we have 5 mounts.
Okay.
That may grow with future expansions. And you can see this whole big list for the different pets.
Oh, wow. And you can summon these 5, like, that are in your roster, like, at any time when you need them, like, depending on your environment, or?
Yes, you can choose them at any time, depending on wherever, actually, not even depending on where you are. These are at your disposal once you purchase them within the game.
So easy.
Using in-game currency, or actually everything that you, like, for the currency, everything that you spend, you can get within the game. This is a free-to-play game that you can purchase gold to expedite the process of getting things. However, everything is achievable if you just participate in the battlegrounds, if you just do the quests, if you just participate within the game, you will be rewarded with gold that you can use to purchase everything within the game.
That's excellent. My next question was going to be about the currency.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, wonderful. So
you can see these kinds of, here we go, it's a little bit of God of War like. This particular instance. They're all different, by the way.
Right. And he actually, one of your mounts follows you while you're riding the other mount?
Actually, that's my pet.
That's your pet? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, once I start attacking, it dismounts you because everything kind of gets in the way.
I see.
Here we go. And you can see the battle system. There is nothing more gratifying than seeing all of those numbers.
Those numbers flying out.
But yeah, the pet will fight alongside me. You can see that it was, see?
Oh yeah, he's taking out.
Yes. So yeah, you can sort of see the gameplay of this incorporates a lot of different elements into it. You have different spells.
Combat system. It's beautiful, and it's so easy to tell. Like, usually I'm like more disoriented because of the numbers and the clashing, and there are so many characters on screen, but I mean, like, as many numbers as there are, like, I can totally see it all.
Yes.
That's important.
Let's see where, oh, there, we have to go over here. So yeah, this is this instance. I can show you another one as we talk. Here's another instance that we can enter. This one is an Atlantean. One of the mythological worlds is based on Atlantis.
Okay.
We call it Atlantia. There's also a mythological approach to ancient Egyptian culture.
Really? And
yes.
It's incorporated in the game?
It is all incorporated into the game.
That's amazing. I didn't even know that.
So you have, like, look at these, like, the bubbles, the stingrays, the fish that are going around, the movement, like the ground is an interactive sort of environment.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and all within the browser.
Alone. Yes, yeah. Exactly. I can't even believe it's a browser-based game.
That is one thing that ZQ Game prides itself in. We are bringing client-level graphics to the browser. It's a next-generation sort of game. And it's also free to play, so you can encounter it and experience it yourself.
That is so excellent. I mean, it's a little bit difficult to see the quality of how wonderful this HD is, honestly, but look at the details. It's just amazing, and the colors, the contrast and everything. Just, it's breathtaking, honestly. And reticle-based controls. Wonderful. So this does not do the graphics justice for the rest of you at home, so now I proudly present to you the official first look trailer for The Lost Titans.
Our land no longer speaks of Ophion, the elder titan who selfishly left us to claim his own realm.
Rather, it was our other titan creator, Hyperion,
who guided us through the ages, through prosperity and peace.
Today is the 4th day of our pain. The 4th day since the gates opened out of nowhere.
Ophion has returned and betrayed us, his creations, and destroyed the soul of our beloved Hyperion. We are the protectors of light. Through scorched land and unseen depths,
I will strike at the most opportune time.
I stand vigilant in this time of great need.
I shall endure this test.
We are duty-bound to our people.
Protectors of our sacred faith.
Defenders of our lost Titan.
We fight to save Hyperion. Or shall perish in doing so.
Okay, so your game already boasts breathtaking 3D graphics, an awesome pet and mount system, and an amazing storyline, honestly. What would you say is your favorite part, or what separates this MMO from the rest?
There is so much about this game that I love, and it's almost like having to pick a favorite child. But there is definitely, I just remember my first impression, and so I'm going to tell a personal anecdote. The minute that I learned about this combat system, they have a hotkey system that's, I guess, is a little familiar because I came from like a World of Warcraft sort of like hotkey system, and just being able to see these massive numbers of damage in such a controlled environment, like I really, really like it. Here, like I'm going to show you one of the attacks that the mage does. Look at that.
Look at how awesome that is. It's, first of all, it's beautiful.
There we go. So, you know, I have some crazy legendary equipment on as well, so it might take a few more hits to hit these guys. But this is a level 2 instance, by the way, for when you start the game. And, there is nothing more gratifying. I love it. And of course the environments, as you're wandering through the world, as you're exploring, there's no bad side to it. Like it's a constant just learning about the environment, you're learning about the story. There's also, I forgot to tell you, that there's 2 levels of story that are happening in the game. Each zone has its own problems that you have to solve, and then of course there's an overlying arc where you have to save the Titan god Hyperion. So so you are unifying the lands to basically reunify them to fight against the opposing forces.
That's amazing. I love it. I love when there are like 2 overlaying, not like storylines necessarily, but there are almost like 2 objectives, you know, and I think that ties in so perfectly with this game. It's so vast and amazing and detailed that I think you actually need that type of separation going on, like, you know, the zones and the overall arc.
Yes, and of course there are multiple side quests, that multiple events that you can participate in. So, and they take place at all times of the day, by the way. There's always some kind of battleground that's hosted from within a certain time, and every other day of the week will be a different battleground, so there's something new.
That's awesome.
Right? So yeah, like there is definitely always something to do. We love having that interactive experience with the gamers.
Of course, yes. Yeah. I was gonna say, like, the more updates there are and the more like different quests there are, like every other week, as you said, I feel like you really connect almost with your players then, because then you know you're actively changing up the game. You know that they're changing with you. They want to follow what you're doing. They want to like have more quests under their belt.
One of the best parts is that because it's a browser-based game, like we are going to be constantly updating it with new content, and you know it'll be because there's no download. I mean, you only have maybe 1 megabyte of download, so it's automatically integrated into this game.
So excellent.
And yeah, so.
That's wonderful. I am so in love with this game. Thank you so much, Laura, for discussing all of this with us, giving us this sneak peek trailer. I can't believe we're the first ones, MMO Attack. This is amazing. I learned so much about this game. Like I said, I cannot wait to play. I am so excited to present all of this to everyone at MMOattack.com. I just can't wait. And actually, really, really important news for everybody at home. The beta is actually an open beta, and it will start November 29th. And for those of you who are registered members of MMOattack.com, ZQ Game has been nice and generous enough to give us rewards like exclusive game codes. They're still not specified yet, so just keep checking the website, our website MMOattack.com and tlt.zqgame for more information on the latest on the Lost Titans. Thank you again, Laura. I had such an amazing time.
If you don't mind, like start with, we haven't really heard much about the game,
problem.
and just kind of give a quick overview of Age of Wushu.
Okay, it's not loosely, it is based on the Wuxia martial arts beliefs and culture, like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or the more loosely adapted Iron Fist, Man of the Iron Fist coming out this weekend.